Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to another session of One Question a Day. We are in the chapter of development of tooth, and the question that we are going to take is development of multi-rooted tooth. The question could be put up in many ways. Describe the development of roots of maxillary permanent molars, mandibular permanent molars, deciduous molars, or upper first premolar, maxillary permanent first premolars. So it could be twisted in any way. And the bottom line is describe the development of multi-rooted tooth. So for this question, write the introduction, the number and the name of roots of whatever tooth is being asked, the chronology, because that is an indication that you know the subject. First evidence of calcification, eruption dates, root completion, all this stuff. And talk about the formation of HERLs and its roles in the tooth formation with the diagram, root dentin development, the role of formation of epithelial diaphragm, role in dentin formation in case of 3 or multiple rooted tooth, and clinical consideration. We shall go into the answers. So technically, thus the candidate begins. The maxillary permanent molars has 3 roots: mesiobuccal, distobuccal, and palatal. And we have the chronology that the candidate has described. So this gives an aura to indicate that the candidate knows the subject what he is talking. And the candidate says after the enamel and dentin formation reaches the future cemento-enamel junction or the cervical line, root formation begins. The inner enamel epithelium, outer enamel epithelium, because of the stellate reticulum and the stratum intermedium collapses, the inner enamel epithelium and the outer enamel epithelium joins at the cervical area to form a structure called the cervical rope or the reduced enamel epithelium that proliferates downwards to form a Hertwig's epithelial root sheath, abbreviated as HERS. It induces the radicular dentin formation by forming the odontoblast from the underlying dental papilla cell. Prior to the root formation, the HER forms what we call it as a bend, called as the epithelial diaphragm. At the future cemento enamel junction, forming a horizontal plane that narrows the wide cervical opening of a tooth germ, giving or determining the shape of the root. At this point of time, the epithelial diaphragm trifurcates or produces a tongue-like extension. If it is a two-rooted, it bifurcates and closes and fuses each other to form the number of roots. This is the simplest because it's given a maxillary molar. 3 roots have been shown. Two-rooted tooth, 2 roots should be shown. If there is the clinical significance, dilaceration. If it is a developmental disturbance of the shape of the tooth, the root bends, accessory root formation. These are the clinical significance. So this is the diagram that you need to draw. You should pay attention to draw it neatly and correctly, and that will happen only with correct formation. So this is the another way of putting the whole thing as a flow chart. And this is another candidate's paper. Simple way. Underlining the keywords, drawing the 2 tongue-like extension in a different form than the others. Applied pathology will fetch you good marks. Thank you. Stay connected for another question till we meet again. Thank you and happy reading. Stay safe.